Am I live now? Oh yes, I am. Hi everyone, welcome back. It's me. I am Miss Anis here, live again from eTuisyen, and I thank you for you to join me tonight in YouTube Live for Teknik Menjawab Bahasa Inggeris, English 1119. So siapa join me last week? We have touched on directed writing, right? On paper 1, section A, and then I've give you some tips, and then also macam mana nak elaborate your points. And then I remind you jangan spend too much time on section A sebab we're gonna touch the second part of your paper 1 today. Yang ni agak penting for you to really master it sebab dia bagi you 50 markah. Okay, bukannya 5 markah, bukannya 10 markah, 50 markah. Alright, so that's like the half of your paper already. You dapat 10 habis. So ini it really needs you to really know how to. Nanti tak apalah, nanti kita akan cover later. So I thank you so much that you join me tonight to learn again with me, and hopefully I nampak ke siapa-siapa nama-nama yang selalu join ke. Kalau sebab for me to know siapa yang join tu, tolonglah say hi or where you're from in the live chat. Korang dari mana? Okay tak PKP or siapa-siapa yang kena PKPB ke? I don't because for me I kena PKP lah. Hi Syed Irfan, welcome back. I think so sekarang dah session ke berapa dah kelima. Wow, cepat gila. Oh my god. So lagi banyak session kita, maksudnya lagi dekat dengan SPM. Berdebar tak korang? Dudap lah. Oh my god, I don't know lah. I'm feeling nervous. I don't know if it's me just because I want to really give all the knowledge that I can give to you how to write this essay or this continuous writing, so like in a better way, ataupun berdebar sebab SPM dah dekat sangat lah. Alright, hi Siti Safia, hi Rohini, hi Faizal TV, hi First Day School Penat. Oh dah start already don't worry. School Penat memanglah, of course lah, because when you use your brain, maksud you use your brain, bagus. If you use your brain ataupun you kena bergerak ke, memang akan penat. So that's why later after my class, and then if you can join the next class at 9 p.m. And then with that, tidur awal. Jangan pula kamu, if you're using your smartphone, right, and then play game and then don't have enough rest, habislah tomorrow. So take enough rest later after the classes tonight, okay? So siapa yang mana? Cikgu sihat? Alhamdulillah, I am. I try my best to take all the vitamin C and then drink enough water. Let me show you how big is my bottle water. Kena make sure kita kena drink enough water, because especially me lah, I'm working from home kan. I'm working from home. I'm live not from the studio, from our tempat tuition. Actually, I'm live from my home, and hopefully, insyaAllah, tolonglah ya Allah, lancarkanlah, don't have any technical error or anything like that, to ensure that any information, any knowledge that I need to share with you berjalan dengan lancar, insyaAllah. And hopefully, korang ada banyak aha moments ataupun alhamdulillah dapatlah sikit-sikit ilmu so that you can apply it later when you take your SPM examination. Okay. So I mentioned earlier, kalau macam korang nampak kat sini kan, kita akan cover again for paper 1, tapi on the next section, because last week kita cover section A on the directed writing. I dah cover with you guys, give you some tips. Siapa yang tak join last week, don't worry, it's there in YouTube. You can play the video after this session ataupun tomorrow ke. Do get enough rest tonight, janganlah pula you sambung pula. Do get enough rest, and then tomorrow when you have time, do take a look at that video so that you know how to tackle both section A and also section B, which is the one that we're going to cover later. Okay, let me see here. Waalaikumsalam Alia Maisarah, welcome. Aiman Z, waalaikumsalam. Actually time flies very fast, Sharifan. You have no idea. So that's why I always tell my students, I always tell you guys, time is your enemy. It doesn't wait for you. Nope. So that's why you need to take action, do as best as you can, control it, manage your time properly. Because once you know how to manage your enemy, how to fight it, you will gain success, inshallah. You will. Alright, so I forgot to, let's do some housekeeping. So housekeeping maksudnya checklist lah. So in my class, if say there's something that you don't understand, please put it inside the live chat so that I'm able to give some explanation ataupun give some knowledge. Kalau tak, I'll get back to you because I'm a human, I do mistakes. Alright, and then if there's some lag or anything like that during this session, don't worry, you can replay and this video and then try to clarify which part that you're missing. Third one is resolution. So kalau boleh naikkan dia, pump it up to 1080 pixel or 720 pun enough actually. So to ensure that you are able to see my pretty face. Hopefully I'm pretty like in your eye, I don't know lah. And then to be able to look at the slide clearly. Some of the slides later a bit wordy, so I'm so sorry, but it's an essay. It's always going to be wordy, alright? I'm trying my best to keep it simple but compact so that you get enough knowledge to master your continuous writing. Haha. Okay, anything else? I forgot. Your phone ataupun your notebook ataupun your laptop, if it's not fully charged, go and plug it in. Now, you never know, later in 30 minutes, tiba-tiba dia termati atau dia ter-shut down. Okay? Make sure it's not so that you are able to continue this. Follow me on my journey today for my session tonight. Okay? Alright. What time is it? Okay, 8:06. Let's get started. Oh wait, apa ni? Boleh saya join? Of course you can join. King Double. Oh my God. King Double got 7. Kejap, God 7, I know that's a Korean one, but the King Double B, I don't know lah. Atira apa ni? Salam teacher, is this KSSM syllabus? No, this one is KBSM. So this is for the SPM student that will be taking your papers in the upcoming February. So yang siapa yang akan ambil SPM 2021 later in the year ataupun I don't know lah, I don't think they have announced yet when's the date for the for the next batch of the SPM. This one that is not that it's not that it's not that syllabus. Okay, I'm using KBSM for tonight. Okay, this is for those SPM students that will be taking the papers in February. Okay. Let me see here if there's anything else. Doakan kami berjaya. InsyaAllah. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Okay, let's get started. So as I mentioned, for tonight, we're gonna cover section B. Alright, okay, I'm using laser pointer here so that you know what the heck that I'm talking about. Kenapa tak jalan ni? Alright, we're talking about section B, which is the continuous writing. So what I mean by choose 1 out of 5 topics here, right? It means that when you get your paper, there will be 5 questions or 5 topics that you will see on your paper. So out of all these 5, you choose 1. Jangan nak kata-kata tulis pula 2, 3, 4. Unless you are super writer, you are the best, like your tahap, your writing is almost the same as J.K. Rowling or John Grisham. All those are really, really good authors. Then be my guest. You can do if you can do it, but try to focus on one and then really crunch and really pour your soul, your writing soul on it. Do as best as you can. Okay, so you boleh pilih satu, and then berapa markah? As I mentioned earlier, 50 marks. Okay, macam section A hari tu 35 marks, right? Now this time it's 50 marks. Kenapa? Because here they're just going to give you a question. They're just going to give you the 1 or 2 sentence of what they want from you to write about, and that's it. So that's why this one is a bit tougher. This one is that you need to put more time to it because you have to think. You have to understand first the question, what they want, all right? What's the question wants from you to write on. And then you have to come up with the points. You're the one who have to brainstorm and get all the points. And then after that, you have to elaborate your points because a proper essay, you also need to back up the points, or you need to explain what does it mean if you're choosing certain points. You need to give also some examples. And then that's why you have to put all that in your content. Then don't forget, you have to close it with a good conclusion. So nampak tak lagi banyak kerja compared to the director writing. So that's why it costs you 50 marks because you have to put more effort. You have to put more brain power on it. All right. And then it's suggested that you take 1 hour. Here. So don't take too much time, more than 1 hour, because you have another section. Just in case like you suddenly, you know what, section A, dah ada points kan, let's do section B because I got all the ideas right now. I want to do section B first. You can do that. But make sure you spend 1 hour and then you have the rest of the time to complete section A. Depends on you. Different students have different ways. If I'm not mistaken, at my time, I did section A first because I was so nervous. All right, I was so nervous when I get into the hall. And then because of section A, I already have points and I just need to elaborate. So that's why I do section A first. And then later section B because I got the momentum to write, right? Then when I'm done with section A, then I did section B. But it depends on you. Okay, whatever works for you the best. But I would suggest start with section A first lah. So that to get the momentum of the writing first. Okay, and then before I move to the next slide, here dekat bawah ni, I tulis kat sini in the capitalized there. Always write your question number. If you joined me last week, I'm going to remind you again. Please write your question number on your paper because you gonna assume your pemeriksa don't know which question that you choose. Okay? You don't assume. You need to give as much of information that you can give on your answer, so that they are clear, okay, this student is choosing question number 4 from section B. You kena bagi tahu, okay? And then, janganlah ngada-ngada nak count the words. Alhamdulillah. In this paper for paper 1 on section B and also for section A, you don't need to count the words. So that's why you have to really manage your time here because you never know, you are macam terlampau, wah banyaknya aku nak tulis ni, tapi you didn't stop, you overtime. So be careful with that as well. Ataupun you plan, because okay, later lah we're going to cover the first part. Before you really write, you have to plan first, right? You plan too long and then you give only 10 minutes to write. Not enough time, my dear. So you have to plan well as well on your time management. Okay, all right, so let's move on to the next one. Okay, so for continuous writing ni kan, some of the genres that touch ataupun type of the essay that you need to write, there's a lot actually. But the one that is usually that will be asked from you ataupun actually kan, this is something that I noticed lah from the trial papers that I've gone through, because when I'm trying to choose the examples that we wanted to go through tonight, right, I noticed, hey, actually right, in these trial papers, there's some repetitive format atau repetitive genres actually. Kalau korang perasan sebenarnya, if you did your work. Okay, so let me just go through, explain a bit what does it mean by narrative and descriptive, and then later we're gonna start on the step by step lah. Alright, okay, so narrative ni maksudnya story lah sebenarnya. As simple as that. You're telling a story, a fiction story. You narrate it. You're the narrator. Kalau if you've seen a series or shows kan, there's this position called narrator, or people who's the one who's talking, yang ceritakan, give some context, what is going on ke apa, right? So that's what it means. You're telling the story. Okay, descriptive, you describing something. You describing, okay, if I'm not mistaken, trial. Hey, the guy which color, I don't know whether it's Kelantan or Johor Bahru. You have to describe the person that you admire. If I'm not mistaken, I forgot which negeri, but yeah. So you have to describe the person. Right, so that's descriptive. So probably it's not only the question might not just only gonna ask about a person. They may gonna ask you like tonight's punya Kelantan trial, Penang trial. One of the question is asking to describe your activities if you were able to go out with your friends. So you have to describe, right? So that's what it means by descriptive. You cerita. What do you feel? What do you see? Where did you go? What time? And then you must present that. I'm using a lot of WH question. Remember, if you joined me last week, how to elaborate, how to get more points, you use WH question. Okay. Sorry, if I talk too fast or anything like that, because writing is really something that I'm very excited actually. Okay. So if there's anything that I confuse you or I talk too fast or I'm like something that you need to clarify, please put it inside the comment and I try to help you. Okay. All right. Okay. So that's descriptive. Now, The third one, argumentative. Argumentative. Okay, argument. You bergaduh. Bukan nak bergaduh lah, apa? Debate. Don't bergaduh dalam bila time you tengah write, okay? You don't want to put that, you don't, never ever be rude in your writing tone, okay? Be polite but firm. So this is where you need to argue that I am right. What I believe, this is what I agree. This is what I think is the best way. So this is so argumentative is usually asking your opinion. Okay, usually kalau question, how far do you agree with certain thing? Do you agree or not? What are the questions? It's usually the question tu kan, you boleh cerita kebaikan dan keburukan usually lah. So that's, and then if you are able to prove that it's always good or it is always bad, that will be an argumentative kind of essay lah. Okay, alright. And then the fourth one is reflective. Reflective ni maksudnya you kena fikir. Actually semua you kena fikir, but reflective ni you are, it's like you reflect. You Allahu Akbar Kabiro. How do I explain this? Reflective, you kalau in Islam or in the Arabic word is you muhasabah. Oh my God, you think back, you rethink something. Say for example lah, you take a moment and you think whether should I just say sorry to my friend, the one that I just made, say for example, I made one of my friend angry and I was supposed to be saying sorry, but I didn't. So I reflect supposedly I should say sorry. So this kind of reflection, reflective, you taking time to think back, and so it's not only about this like that sorry kind of action, there's other things as well, or that makes you rethink whether I should not actually take science stream, or I should actually take art stream. So you had to reflect. So this is like something inner kind of thinking. So that's reflective. And last but not least, factual. Now, factual ni kan usually it's bergabung dengan reflective and argumentative ni, because usually the topic that you need to prove or you need to explain something, it's usually the common knowledge. Sorry. But yeah, like say for example, I guess one of the questions that we're going to cover later is on cyberbully or cybersecurity or online shopping. So this kind of thing that you need to define or properly give example and explanation. What does it mean by online shopping? So this is factual. Okay. All right. So let me just quickly look at the comment kejap. What did I miss? Anything? Waalaikumsalam. Apa ni? Bitch, no, make sure brightness, battery full. Yes. Guys, lepas ni apa going great. Thank you. Okay. Teacher, boleh terang naratif balik? Saya tak tempat tulis. Oh, okay. General knowledge. Okay, Syah Irfan, general knowledge tu usually it will. Thank you. Yes, thank you. General knowledge. I'm like common knowledge. General knowledge. Okay, so that's usually what's been asked under factual, reflective, and argumentative. Now, narrative. Narrative is storytelling. So usually kalau actually some of the trial I noticed that you are asked to complete a story and end with a certain sentence kan. So that's narrative lah. You're telling a story, or you have to start a story with one sentence. Now, this kind of question jangan tertinggal pula ayat tu. If you need to start or you need to end kan, jangan tertinggal those sentences, those words. Kalau tidak, habis lah, because you're not answering the question. Okay, if you decided to do the narrative question. Okay, let's move on. Kenapa tak jalan ni? Alright, so because this is 1 hour, okay, and then it's required to really use all your brain power, okay, or your thinking or your thoughts here. So I would suggest you use you plan your time as such as what I put here in the slide. Okay, you plan first with 10 minutes. You use 10 minutes to plan first, and then you write Wow, using 45 minutes, and then you review it in 5 minutes. So this is what I would suggest you to do. Okay, so what does it mean by plan? Okay, plan ni maksudnya you choose. Okay, choice ni you choose lah, because there's 5 topics, right? You look at it, you read it, understand what the question wants, and then you choose which one that you can put a lot of thoughts on it. You remember, okay, you can put 5 or 6, 7 points, and then this 5, 6, 7 points you can elaborate and give some example. You brainstorming tu, mind mapping. This is where your mind mapping skills take place. Kan kalau ambil belajar sains ke ataupun geography or sejarah or chemistry, those like other subjects, and you had to do those nice notes ataupun mind mapping to connect from one fact to another fact. This is where you can use it as well. Bukan dekat other subject je. Even in English, you can use mind mapping as well. Okay, so you mind map, you put all the points out there, apa yang you boleh tulis tu. So if you put everything, so this is another technique that we call clustering, ataupun you put everything on your paper. So kalau boleh, if it's allowed, you can ask extra paper to put all your points, put it in there. Tulis semuanya, and then later you pilih. Okay, you pilih, okay, I know that I can elaborate more on this point. Okay, I choose this one, I choose this one. Okay, so this is where the planning. You haven't write your essay yet, you just drafting je, you just planning je lagi. Belum tulis lagi ni, baru plan. Tapi ni penting, because when you know what you're gonna write, how the flow and everything, when you write it, senang je. So tak ada tunggang kebalik ke apa, and especially narrative. Narrative, kalau siapa yang telling a story, you need to have a plot, right? You need to have a how to start it, and then you have some points where there's a the transition, and then there's a climax. Okay, so kalau tak ada climax nanti boring lah kan your story. So you have to put some sense of, oh God, what is the word to say that? Sense of surprise. Surprise. So that your pemeriksa want to read your essay. So this is something that is important for those who want to write those yang fiction ataupun narrative punya type of essay. Okay, so that's what it means by planning. Okay, planning, you choose, you points you apa, and then you susun. Okay, now bila dah susun, you nak tahu nak tulis apa, tulis lah. Jangan dulu tak tulis. Alright, so you have to write it. You spend 45 minutes here, you break it down, and this is something that I think actually I shared also with the last week. Same actually, essay, usually you're gonna have and start with an introduction, and then you have your contents with all the points, put some elaboration, your examples, and then your justification, and then don't forget to conclude it with a good conclusion. Okay, and then in the review, you edit. You reread your essay, apa yang you dah tulis, then you edit. Make sure punctuation cukup, jangan pula tiba-tiba tertinggal koma, tertinggal you dah buat dialog, right? You tertinggal pula penutup dia. Kena potong markah weh. So be careful with that. You thought this is a really, really common and simple mistake, and it will cost you marks. So that's why usually kan people plan and then dah tulis and then they leave it like that. Don't. Put some time, take 5 minutes at least, and then review your essay, whatever that you have read. Because sometimes kan, you mungkin tertinggal pula tulis the ataupun tulis a. That's gonna cost you also on your language juga. Okay? Alright. So that's what I would suggest for you. You plan first, you write, and then you review. Okay, let me just go through the comments kejap, apa yang I tertinggal. Sekejap Alright, nothing. Okay. Hopefully, okay dah, never mind, ada. Okay, teacher, nak tulis karangan tu, better start bahagian A or B untuk jimatkan masa. Farahani. Kejap, should I call you Farahani or Susanna? Okay, I'm gonna go with Farahani. Now, this one, I shared earlier as well, actually. So, my preference, this is how I was answering my essay dulu, okay? I buat yang A dulu, I buat yang directed dulu. Sebab yang tu dah ada points. I don't need to really cernakan my brain tau. It's already there. I just need to expand it, put some justification, put some explanation, and then give my own examples, and then I dah buat intro, content and then conclude. So I tak perlu sangat sebenarnya spend too much time there. And then because it's already there, so I know I can manage time cepat sikit. Then I put all the time that I can save to push it when I'm doing section B. Now that's my preference. Some students, I don't know about you Farahani, betul ke nama you Farahani? If your preference yang you memang because I don't know what time is your paper 1 ni, is it in the morning or in the evening kan? If you memang dah cepat tau nak dapat points, you remember whatever that you read, you memang dah prepare all the general knowledge ataupun you memang suka put your own points instead of kena follow. Some people, they don't really like tau to follow whatever that they're given. They would like to come up with their own creativity tau. So you can use your effort to do section B first. Because it depends on your preference. Macam me, I suka apa yang dah ada. I pemalas sikit. Oh my god, astagfirullahalazim. But I memang jenis yang suka guna apa yang dah ada and then put a taste of like I write with my own preference my own style but because another thing is I'm nervous. I don't know about you, I'm memang every time I exam memang nervous, so my brain doesn't work very well. Okay, so after you dah tulis and then you get that momentum, so that's why I choose section A first and then I move to section B. But then again, it depends on your suitability because it differs. Everyone have different style. Okay, this is always I tell my students, you guys have your own style, your own way, so do whatever that can make you comfortable, can make you excel. Okay, all right, hopefully whatever that I shared today, you can try to use it. Kalau tak jadi, try to adjust sikit, and then if you be willing to share with me so that I learn as well. Because this writing there's no perfect way actually. There's so many ways because everyone writes it differently because there's so many genres as well. Okay, so different genres have different tactic as well to tackle it. Okay, so panjang lebar pula dah jawab soalan tu. Sorry. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay. Alright. So for tonight, okay, we're gonna use a Penang trial. But the thing is, I'm not gonna cover every 5 of them because it means this session gonna extend for 5 hours, okay? 1 hour per question. Nope. But if you need me to, probably we're gonna have another session, or probably I'll try to help you out like in some, like I'll create a video or something like that. But do let me know if you need it. But for tonight, we're going to cover 1 question. And I chose my favorite, which is number 4. I love anything that, for me, when I write, I really like to write something that is factual, ataupun argumentative, or reflection, or this kind of like, that tests my general knowledge actually, because I love to read. I really like to read articles. I like to read published essays, or like if I'm not mistaken, kalau siapa-siapa pernah baca Reader's Digest, Time magazine, but not the Time, not on the celebrity portion or anything like that, but on the issues or those kind of thing. That this the way they write it, right? I really like the way they structured their paragraph, their contents, the way they take. The way they attract my attention to really read it from the beginning until the end, the words that they use. So it's really interesting that how can something that is actually boring, but the way they tweak it a bit, they put some question, they put some dialogue, quotation, expression, apa nanti kita dah belajar juga. It makes it really interesting to read. This is something that, okay, apa I share ni, this is some of the things that you should look for when you read the articles out there. So not only try to look for the points, ataupun say for example like you're reading about how to cook a chicken curry, right? Don't just look at how to get the points. Okay, you need to slice the chicken, you need to use this kind of a curry spice or anything like that. Look at the words that they use, how they put it. Is it past tense? Is it present tense? Is it the present, past, perfect? Those kind of, there's no such thing. Present perfect. Present past perfect. My grammar. All right. So look at how they write it. So this is how you can copy and paste inside your writing actually. So this is how I would do it lah. Okay, so teacher, selalu akan ada 5 options ke Vishnu? Yes, Vishnu. Ada 5 options. So you need to choose one. Okay, choose one only out of the 5, whichever that you are comfortable. So for tonight, what we're going to cover, apa yang I akan give you some bullet points on it, is on number 4. So number 4 ni, so but before that we cover that, let me just tell you what the questions is about. So number 1 ni, wait, what time is it now? 8:30. You know what? I don't have enough time actually, but I tried as fast as I can because we have more later and we need to really drive through. Takut tak cukup masa pula ni, bahaya ni. Alright, so number 1, describe how would you spend a day in your friends. Nampak tak? Describe, confirm, this is descriptive already. Ta-da! Okay, so this is where you need to explain, you need to describe what's the flow. Say for example, in the morning ke, atau yang you akan keluar with your friends, or in the evening, what the activities, where do you go, how do you feel? Yes. Thank you, I mean. So yes, number 1 ni, right? How do you feel? What did you see? What did you wear? Did you had to spend too much time to find your fashion ke apa, right? So this is the way that you describe it, the way that you tell the story kan. So that's descriptive lah. Right, number 2, online learnings enable teachers and students to set their own learning pace. How far do you agree? Explain why. And this is the argumentative. Do you agree or not? Whether this online learning is helping or not? If you don't put all the what's it called? Oh my god, benefits. What's the opposite of benefits? Astaghfirullahaladzim, the losses. Oh my god. All right. So put the things that you feel like, oh, actually it's not helping. So this is argumentative, okay? And the third one is write a story. It's a narrative. Right? And number 4, this one is factual ataupun this one is another way to say factual is expository. Betul ke? Expository, where you are explaining it in a general statement, kind of like factual lah, saya cakap factual kind of like essay. All right, and the last but not least, also another descriptive as well, because you have to describe. But you notice that this descriptive kind of like essay, right? In this question, it's like combining with narrative as well. So kadang-kadang genre ni sebenarnya combine sebenarnya. That's why kalau you dapat buku, it's not only horror je, it's also can combine with thriller. Horror thriller kan selalu kan dua-dua ni kan, ataupun suspense, ataupun ada juga horror dengan romance. So the combination, that's where it makes the essay or the story much more interesting. Okay, let's touch on number 4. Okay, before we start, okay, plan. When you plan that 10 minutes, right, you have to read through all the topics and question, and then choose which one that you are most familiar with, okay? Sebab jangan nak, you say for example, out of the 5, right? You feel very brave. I'm gonna do this. And then suddenly when you dah choose, you dah plan, and then when you write it, right? Alamak, you got a blank. Is this the only thing I can write? Oh my god, I should have just choose the number 3 or something like that, right? So be careful. Try to, when you plan to, tengok if you can really go beyond. You can really expand the points, okay? Be careful with that. So the last one is brainstorm or mind map the important points lah. Alright, so how do you mind map them? Okay, oh, I forgot to tell you. In this video, in this YouTube, right, in the description, actually, I have a note that I prepare for you to use, okay? And I think there's 2 or 1, I forgot. I think there's 2. One is the question itself on Penang trial paper, and another one is that what you can use to digest or to write your essay, okay? If you have not done yet, go and download it, okay? So, how to mind map your points? Okay, so this is cyberbully. Now, okay, sorry, let's go back to the question just now. So, cyberbully is on the rise. Discuss the reasons and suggest the ways to protect yourself from being a victim or cyberbully, okay? So here, it's asking you the reasons, and you have also to suggest how to protect yourself, okay, from being a victim. Okay, so ada two parts here. So meaning when you preparing your points, you have to come up with the reasons and then you have to come up with the ways to protect yourself. Here I put myself lah because I'm the writer here lah kan in this context lah. Okay, so here I would suggest try to come up 3 points per topic. Per topic. Alright, for this cyberbully. So kejap, let me just go through what is called this comment. Kejap, ada 5. Saya pilih nombor 1. Then that it means that you like to write stories then. I'm gonna call you God 7 because I like God 7. Disadvantages. Yes, thank you, Syed Irfan. Cons. Disadvantages, cons. Cons is what in the pros and cons, right? Wa akbar kabira. That is the short form of it. But I forgot. I'll try to check on it. Teacher, ni like YouTuber Syaz Zainuddin. Siapa Syaz Zainuddin? Sorry, I don't really go through the video. I'm assuming initially that is a compliment. I'm gonna be positive on that. Thank you. Tapi cikgu, soalan argumentatif boleh tak kita letak perenggan 1, kita setuju, perenggan kedua kita tak setuju? Now my dear Nur Akila Ruziman, I would suggest dia cakap macam cakap setuju tak setuju macam mana nak jawab this kind of question? So I would suggest masa you jawab, sometimes lah, like say for example lah, okay, what's the question once online learning. Okay, online learning, terus bagi kau the point. Online learning, right? There's always a pros and cons. There is a part that I agree it's really helping us, but actually it is not. So here it depends on you, Akila. So if you feel that you really want to say that this is I agree, so say for example lah, ada 5 point, right? You're going to put 5 points. 4 points you agree, 1 points you don't. So it means that I truly believe that it's a really good thing despite having these cons, despite having these disadvantages, but there's more advantages compared to not using online learning. Nampak tak kat situ? It means that yes, ada keburukan dia, tapi instead of 1 keburukan, dia ada 5 kebaikan. So why not? So this is another good math. In your essay, you can say, why not try something that can give us more advantage compared to the other option. Okay, so dia macam agree tak agree tapi more to agree. Kalau you nak agree, kalau you tak agree, do the other way lah. Okay, hopefully that helps. Sorry. Okay, boleh ke? Okay, Akila, hopefully you understand. So macam saya cakap tadi, out of the 5 points, you setuju, you nampak macam okay, positive. But the thing is, you have to agree, you have to be realistic. There should be 1 cons about it, but try to not make it so bad. Kalau boleh put macam tiny kind of cons, tiny disadvantages so that it doesn't overpower your advantages. So be careful with that as well. Okay, Waalaikumsalam Akila Afika. I will provide 2 point of view. Pun boleh jugalah, but don't make it more than the ones that you trying to be, are you agreeing or not? Don't make it, jangan pula sama, no. It has to be at least 7:3 ratio or 8:2 ratio. Don't make it 50-50. That is macam setuju tak setuju. So that's a bit dangerous. You are trying to argue here. You have to prove your point here. So make sure you do that, okay? Alright. Now, on cyberbully. Kau pergi jauh pula tempat lain pula dia. Okay. Now, what are the reasons that you end up being cyberbullied? Okay. So, I'm gonna... probably, I want to ask you guys, before I give mine can you give me one? Why would you be cyberbullied? Why people cyberbully actually? What's suddenly lah? Okay? What's the reason? So, can you help me? Please give me one. Why people end up being cyberbullied actually? Anyone have any guess? Why? What are your thoughts? I'm gonna give mine, but I want also to know what's your general knowledge here. Ambil kau. Can anyone give it to me? It's fine to do any mistake. It's fine. There's no wrong and right here, okay? because different people have different perspective, different experience as well. You never know, probably what I give here tak kena pun sebenarnya, so you can't really relate. Kejap, ada soalan kat sini. Teacher, sebelum buat perenggan 2, perenggan 1 kena baca pasal diri sendiri dulu ke? What do you mean by that? Got 7? Buat perenggan 2, perenggan 1 kena baca pasal diri sendiri dulu ke? I don't understand what do you mean by that question, got 7. But now, on the first paragraph, on your introduction kan, so this usually, kalau for cyberbully ni, it's where you would explain apa itu cyberbully. Here. What does it mean by cyberbully? Ataupun if you know, kalau you baca any articles or any essays dekat luar sana, you know 700 cases per minute 700 cases reported every minute where we found a child of 14 years old being cyberbullied. That kind of sentence is a good intro already. So dia macam, so this is how you tackle this kind of factual ataupun expository kind of like essay. You start with a general statement or definition. What does it mean by cyberbully? Okay, sebab bully is something that you've been physically harmed, but this is cyber. What does it mean by that? But kat situ pun you boleh start for your introduction. But before that, let's touch on what are the reasons people get cyberbullied here. Okay, kejap. Lack of parent control. Actually, yeah, because when parents doesn't educate their kids that it is wrong to bully, right? Not only to bully, cyberbully is gonna be wrong, right? Yeah, that's a good one, Anis. Oh, my name was Anis also. All right, Syed Irfan, to have the sense of superiority while actually insecure and wants validation from others. Wow, that's actually one of my point later. Oh, betul ke? Betul ke apa ni ya? Betul ke? Teacher saya kata kena tulis tentang diri sendiri baru tulis perenggan 2. Probably if you're, or is it because you're writing the narrative one? Probably yes. So if say that you're trying to write something about yourself ke apa, yes, you can. Now, my dear, got 7. There's multiple ways on writing essays ni, as long as you jawab soalan dia, because the question for this one and number 4 ni is asking you to write the reasons and ways for you to prevent yourself becoming a victim. So boleh je, boleh. You can tell a story about yourself being bullied ke apa ke, you have your own. So this is where we call anecdote. You give a short story at the beginning for your introduction pun boleh juga. Okay? Alright. So, I'm going to give you my points now. Now, I give you 3 reasons. Kenapa tak jalan ni? Alright. The first one is out of revenge. Out of revenge ni maksudnya these people that's bullying, that cyberbullying other kids, they actually got bullied before. So, they balas dendam. So this usually the term we tag these kids ataupun these people, not only kids actually, even dewasa, even the adults also cyberbully people, okay? Alright, so we call them bully victim. So before they were a victim, now they became a bully. I'm giving you general knowledge here. Okay? So the second one is blame the victims. So yang ni yang ada lebih kurang macam Syed Irfan tu. They sense that because of they are insecure, right? So because sometimes people who are being bullied, it's either they are very weak or they're actually very how to say that, very not strong, because if they're strong then people will be afraid to go against them. But if they're very smart, these people that can't get well along with others, but they always get number 2 or number 1 in the class, and then you know what, because of you I cannot my parents tried to compare me with you, so I'm like, I blame you. So this kind of thing, like they, because of peer pressure as well. So that's kind of like what this means by blame the victim. The bully was feeling insecure, like they why me going through this while that person is not? So they bully the victim because of that reasoning. Okay, and then last one, the bullies are bored. Hey, these people. Okay, but yeah, they are people because they don't have any excitement. They don't have dramas in their life. Okay, diorang punya life, right? Their life, right? It's like flat line. They don't. Some people have roller coaster life. Oh, nampak tak? I give you some ways how you can ride it, right? So those people who have roller coaster ride, they don't have time to think about or to be jealous of someone else. Okay, but those who have nothing, not much excitement, not much drama or activities in their life, so they bully ataupun try to get some attention from someone, and usually how they do it, they cyber bully lah. Okay, so that's the third one. Now, let's touch on, okay, kejap, what time is it? 8:45. I got 15 more minutes. I'm seeing here. Cukup 5 sekejap. I think cukup kot. Okay, let's cover the ways to protect myself. Now, if you have, I'm going to just go through the ways here. If you have any other ideas on what are the reason people are being cyberbullied and other ways to protect yourself from cyberbully, do put it in the live chat, because you never know, actually by putting it there you are helping others as well. Kita sama-sama belajar, sharing is caring. Okay, kita jaga kita, make kau. Hashtag kita jaga kita. Alright, so ways to protect myself from being cyberbullied. First one, don't respond instantly. Kan tadi on the bullies are bored, right? Because they are bored. So if say that you are being cyberbullied, someone is trying to harm you in the virtual world, in your social media, don't respond to it instantly. Keep calm first. I don't have that. I have this kind of like keep calm. Keep calm, keep dream big. That's one of the things that I put on my bed lah. Alright, kan, those kind of things. Actually, that you something that you can put, okay, in your essay. Keep calm, keep that kind of like memes. Okay, so this is something that you can put to make your essay interesting as well. Okay, so don't respond instantly. Don't give them the reaction that they want. So this is something that you can do to protect yourself. Second one, speak out to whom you trust. So usually we can trust. So for you guys lah kan yang teenagers, usually it's better that you can speak to someone that is an adult ataupun someone who has the power that can protect you. At least if you have a friend that you can trust, try to speak to them, because by speaking it out, by laying out your problems out there, right, you are actually first calming yourself, and then second, because because this is something I always say, two brain is better than one, because two heads have more ideas than one person, right? So you never know, by discussing or by talking to someone else, you can come up with a solution on how to prevent, how to stop your cyberbully actually. Okay, and the last one, protect password. So this one, if you have your social media account, your account, your web accounts for any games ke ataupun other, what's it called, apps, right? If you have your password, protect them, secure them. Don't leave it out there so that people can use it and then do something against you. Okay, so this is another way that you can protect yourself from cyberbullying. Okay, so you dah put all the points here. You dah plan. Okay, actually kan kita baru plan tau. We have not write your essay yet. Okay, how to use Twitter one-on-one. Yeah, education. Yes, actually that's a good one. Education. That's a good, how to protect yourself. Okay. And let me see here if there's anything else on the love you, Vishnu, power bro. I love you. Okay, good. You guys, please help each other. Well done, everyone. Okay, so let's do this. So now what you did, you just lay out the points. Now you have to write it. Okay, so when you write it, you break it down lah to 3 parts. The first part is your introduction. Okay, so macam I mentioned earlier, you can start actually in the Astaghfirullahaladzim. In the in the notes that is in the description, right? There's I put some suggestion on how can you start your introduction using anecdote or using general statement or using definition. So you define what is cyberbully. Cyberbully is harming another person in a bad way via cyber, via social media, and then what are the cases or what are the examples. And because of this, a lot of there is actually, if I'm not mistaken, there was a suicide case, right, in Sarawak. She was asking whether should she live or not, and then people voted she should die, and then she died. That's actually one of the cyberbully case. Nampak tak I dah turun suara because this is a serious thing. But yes, okay, sorry that I turn down the mood, but it is a serious thing. This is really serious. But so hopefully, if you are being cyberbullied, my dears, don't keep it to yourself. If you need my help, talk to me as well. I'm here for you, okay? We are all, our tutors is here for you, not only to give you the knowledge, but we are here also to help you to go through any as best as we can lah, to go through any of the difficulties that you are going through and try to seek the help or the support that you need. Okay, if you know your friends that is in trouble, do help them. Okay, a friend in need is a friend indeed. Wow, that alhamdulillah, that one come. Okay, all right. So after you introduce it, then you put your body. So this is where the points tadi yang kita guna tadi, aku dah 80. Oh my god, I got 9 more minutes. Okay, so the content that the points that we were covering earlier, right? All the 6 points, right? So you put it inside your content, and then as per the notes that I gave, right? You come up with your topic sentence. What is your points ataupun what is that paragraph is going to be, and then put supporting details. So say for example, macam tadi I dah blabbering around about like all the explanation, right? So that's the supporting details, and put some examples to it. And then from one paragraph to another one, use some connectors or conjunction so that it doesn't stop. Just have like that flow a bit. Okay, all right. And after that, you conclude it. Okay, so if I'm not mistaken, in the last class last week, in one of the notes, right, actually I shared on how to write a good introduction and good conclusion. So if you have not done, if you have not seen that video last week, go through it and get that notes, use it. If you need more, if you have some question that you need to clarify with me, feel free to contact us tutors or me in our Telegram or in our Facebook or in our eTuisyen.my. Okay, we are contactable. We're not going to leave you alone. We are there to support you. Okay, alright. So another one is avoid excessive correction. Janganlah pandai-pandai you tulis-tuliskan. Padam, tulis, padam, tulis, padam. Hayo. Kejap, kenapa ada Anis Soleha ni? Anis Soleha. Yes, Anis. Yeah, my name is Anis also. Okay, so apa nama? So janganlah tulis padam. Okay. Don't do that. Because actually when you always padam, you are actually altering your, how to say this, you're stopping your writing momentum actually. Okay, and then the last one is think. Masa you tulis tu, okay lah, memang janganlah buat banyak correction, tapi you have to also be wary apa yang you tulis tu. Okay, janganlah, you have to know what you are writing so that it has a flow. And also try to avoid as much as grammar mistake. Okay, kalau ada, tak apa, remember about it. Then later when you need to edit it, then you edit it. Okay, alright. So these are the points that we covered just now. So put the elaboration, put the justification, the supporting details, the examples. Okay, alright. And then actually kan, so because this kind of thing, this is general knowledge, right? There's some articles out there. You can do some search on the web. You can read it. Look at how they write it. The simple way tu pun okay juga sebenarnya. Actually, the simpler and the clearer your essay and the pemeriksa can understand it, actually it will give you a higher mark on your language as well. Okay? Alright. Okay, so if you download it, So this is what it looks like. So in the introduction, I suggest that you would use using definition or anecdote or general statement. Okay, topic sentence, supporting details, example as I blabbered just now lah. Okay, and then how you can conclude it, you summarize your points ataupun you call for action. Okay, so macam tadi ada siapa tadi, I think Syarifan ada suggest pasal how to use Twitter one-on-one, right? The education, how to use comments, this kind of thing. Actually you put some standards out there, so if you know that they're not supposed actually to write hate comment, you can sue them. Tak dapat ke elok you dapat duit pula from there. Okay, so that's why education is actually important. Okay, alright. Or express hope. So this is, I hope that by having this education on how to prevent cyberbully, or cyberbully is actually non-tolerant, there will be no more suicidal case among teenagers in the future. So that's kind of like hoping. I macam bagi speech pula tiba-tiba. Never mind. Okay. Now, if you notice that in my notes, I put there what flavors can you add to your essay. So this is what I mean by that is how to make your essay more interesting lah. And some of the tips that I give there, use not only macam long the sentence, use also some short sentences so that macam, oh, okay, ada panjang, ada pendek. So it doesn't like look something asyik panjang je, or asyik pendek je. So that make it more nicer to read. Okay, and don't overuse the words. Don't repeat the same words. Okay, that's what I mean by avoid trite words. Don't overuse the same words in each of the paragraph. Okay, so that's what I mean by that. And kalau if you're doing the argumentative, don't be rude. Be as professional as you can. Imagine lah, you adalah menteri ke ataupun you are going to a debate, what's it called, competition. There's a proper way to say, the proper way to communicate, right? Okay, use that tone. Okay, all right. So what's next? I think, okay, dah plan, dah right, you review. Okay, when you review, when you dah tulis semua, you read through, alright? And then that is where you make correction. Look for any spelling errors, any missing the or a or an, any missing comma, any missing sempang ke. So make sure you don't make this like small mistakes lah. Because technically, actually, because you're writing, sometimes because it's like outside your subconscious, right? So by reading it and then really going through it, so hoping that you can identify these simple mistakes. And last but not least, do another last review lah after you do your correction, just to get that flow. See whether, okay, is there any other thing that I need to adjust. And with that, you're done. Kejap. Oh yeah, okay. So here in the I think, if I'm not mistaken, if you joined me last week in the paper, I would suggest you try also do the trial from Kelantan as well. That's why I put it here actually. Okay, if you need my help to see your examples or your answers, you can contact me or any other tutors also on Telegram or our Facebook or our Instagram. We are here to help you. SPM nak dekat dah tu. Okay, so try to get as much help as you can. Not only us, you can also ask your teacher at school ataupun your if you have older sister or older brother, abuse them. Please go and get their support to really help you. Okay, this is your time to shine. This is your time to really do the work and so that you can really make the best out of your upcoming SPM. Okay, so if you have any question, do let me know here. But even the menteri curse at the parliament, don't be those one lah. Don't take those as your example. Be the one that properly talk. Okay, you know what is right and you know what is wrong. So choose the right one. The wrong one, you put a blind eye on it. Oh, okay, that's another one. Okay, you can use that blind eye. Okay, so don't take them as an example. Take the ones that is the right way, that is a proper professional way, because these people who are just, I don't know lah, but yeah. Okay, so that will be all for me actually. All done. No, okay. Oh my god, on time. Now, any last minute question before I end the session for tonight, and I really hope you learned something from me today. I'm so sorry if like I'm a human, I make mistakes, I blabber so much as well. Hopefully you gain something. You get some like moment ke. I'm so sorry, okay? But yeah, any last one? Any last minute? Hey, Vishnu. Oi, jangan letak nama-nama kat sini, okay? But yes, you guys know what's wrong. You guys are teenage. You guys already, 17 or 18 years old already. You know what is right or wrong. I trust you. If you don't, then come and learn from me or learn from the people that knows, okay? That's why we need to learn, okay? Alright, clear teacher. Alhamdulillah, Syed Irfan. Okay, with that, see you when I see you. Bye! Annyeong! Adios, amigos. Bye. No problem. Dah ke belum? Bye. Belum tutup lagi. Nak tutup ni. Hello. Selamat see you. Bye everyone. Annyeong. No problem. My pleasure. Kenapa tak tutup lagi ni? Hello.